today's show, an update on the assassination of Charlie Kirk.
UNF celebrates the annual convocation.
A UNF professor takes legal action against university.
Minimum wage rises this month.
A AI certificate program.
And of course, your weekly sports and weather updates. So stay tuned. On Wednesday, September 10th, Charlie Kirk, popular conservative figure and founder of Turning Point USA, was assassinated at Utah Valley University. The story is ongoing, but right now the suspect is 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, who the FBI Director Kash Patel and President Donald Trump confirmed this morning is in custody, according to the Associated Press.
This morning, the annual UNF Convocation occurred. UNF President Moez Limayem gave an address to the campus community, sharing some of the university's successes this year, giving awards to professors. Some of the things he emphasized were UNF's all-time high enrollment this year, the new Osprey Ridge dorms, and the master plan. Also at the convocation, Limayem gave the following statement. I know that it's been a challenging week in our nation, and I would be remiss if I did not acknowledge it. I want you to know that I'm committed to ensuring that UNF is a safe place for all of us. Our university and all universities must be a model for civil discourse where ideas can be exchanged. And violence of any kind has no place, and there is no place for violence right here at UNF. No place for violence. This comes after the assassination of Charlie Kirk earlier this week and a Colorado school shooting that tragically left one teen dead and 2 injured.
UNF Professor John White has filed a grievance against the university, alleging that administrators violated state laws when directing professors to remove DEI language from their course materials over the summer. The grievance claims that administrators violated academic freedom by requiring faculty to remove language related to diversity, equity, and inclusion from any course materials without going through procedural processes because of recently passed state legislation. While the state law overrides university policy, White is claiming that none of the state's regulations cited by UNF administrators provide enough detail to justify breaking university course review policies. White said that he's asked for a written state rule or law that mandates the specific changes that were made, but he has not been provided one yet. Well, this week, I must say, the weather has been pretty nice.
It has been. It's been very cool in the evening times, too.
It has. I think it's officially fall.
Yay, it's coming up.
It has. Well, let's go to Annette with your weekly weather update.
Good afternoon, Ospreys, and welcome to your weekly forecast. Today, it is 85 degrees and partly cloudy. Later tonight, temperatures will cool down into the 70s. Now, looking ahead, tomorrow and Sunday have a chance of showers and thunderstorms. A 45% chance on Saturday and a 55% chance on Sunday. Monday is also expected to be rainy with a 35% chance of rain. Tuesday and Wednesday are expected to be clear days, but by Thursday, rain is expected. Now, the temperatures this week are consistent with highs lingering in the 80s and lows ranging in the 70s, dipping down to 69 degrees on Thursday. So, like last week, there's a mix of clear skies and thunderstorms, but this week the humidity is not expected to be high. So just be sure to bring an umbrella while you're on campus. I'll see you next week, Ospreys.
Starting September 30th, 2025, the minimum wage for Florida employees will rise to $14 an hour, and the wage for tipped employees will rise to $10.98 an hour. This is a part of an amendment to Florida's Constitution passed in 2020 that raised the minimum wage by $1 every year until 2026, where it will stop at $15 an hour.
On Monday, UNF announced an AI certificate program that will teach anyone who wants to learn about how to properly use AI in school or in the professional world. We go to Matthew Fiedler to learn more.
On Monday, UNF announced a new program called the Certificate in work and life for AI. I spoke to Dr. Brian Verkamp and Dr. Gellers to learn more about the new initiative.
The certificate is a key component of the AI strategic plan, and it fits many categories for us. Number one is students. We want to serve our students. We want to give you opportunities, and AI is here. AI is here to stay. It is extremely important that people learn these skills and technologies. It also allows us and our students to graduate saying, I came to UNF and I learned about AI.
What makes UNF a little bit different than some other institutions is directly the emphasis that we place on having responsible, ethical use of AI. And what you'll find in the AI certificate, for instance, is a strong emphasis on the importance of ethics, not as a standalone, but as something that is threaded throughout the AI certificate. We shouldn't just rush to apply it, but we need to think about how we can implement it intentionally and with ethics in mind. When we think in a long enough time span, humans have always used tools. Those tools have differed throughout time and space, but we've always harnessed something in order to enrich and enliven our creative expression. A long time ago, that was, creating cave paintings with bone and materials found in nature. And it evolved into using a paintbrush and then a typewriter and tablets and things like that. So AI is really just the next iteration of a kind of tool that humans use for creative purposes. But at the same time, we don't want to close the door on anyone who wants to engage in their own creative activities in the absence of AI. But we also want to provide them with opportunities to learn how to use it productively in creative tasks as well.
Well, the Jags won their starting game this week.
The first of many.
I know, hopefully. Well, let's go to Ryan for your weekly sports update.
As the semester rolls on, I hope you all are thriving, just like our Ospreys athletic teams. And with that, let's get right into this week's UNF Sports Update. On the pitch, the UNF men's soccer team bounced back from a 3-game skid in a major way last week as they took down the number 19 Florida Atlantic Owls 5-0 at home in Harmon Stadium. The Ospreys' attack was strong and varied as every goal was scored by a different player, and they had 3 times the amount of shots as FAU. Following a postponed game on Monday, they will look to keep the momentum going at Coastal Carolina tonight. Moving to the women's side, the Ospreys women's soccer team also had a nice win last Thursday as they took down Georgia Southern 3-2. Redshirt junior forward Isabella Pontieri was everywhere in that game as she scored a goal and assisted on the other 2. Following losses to UCF and Charleston, the Ospreys will look to get back on track as they open up ASUN Conference play hosting Queens. On the hardwood, the UNF volleyball team has been streaky over the last week as they took down both Harvard and Presbyterian 3-1 at the UNF Invitational before dropping games to Howard and Winthrop in the following days. The Ospreys will play 2 more matches this weekend as they face Furman and Alabama State in Greenville, South Carolina, where they will hopefully be able to stop the slide. Jumping over to the pool, the Ospreys women's swim team had their intra-squad blue and gray meet this past weekend as the athletes were able to get their first taste of competition and racing ahead of the 2025-26 season. They will open their campaign September 26th at Rollins and hope to start strong coming off a top 5 finish in the ASUN last year. That's all I have for you guys today. See you next time.
Thank you, Ryan. Well, in closing out our next news today, we understand that recent violent acts on school campuses, along with the 24-year anniversary of the 9/11 attacks, that students may be concerned about campus safety or struggling with their mental health.
We would like to remind students that the Counseling Center on campus is available in Building 2, Room 2300. They are open Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. to 5 p.m. If you need any after-hours help, please call the helpline at 904-620-2602.
Thank you for tuning in today, Ospreys. Have a safe weekend, and we will see you next week.